Have you ever wistfully longed for the days of knights and fair maidens, those days of yesteryear when men were chivalrous gentlemen and women were elegant ladies? If you watch a Jane Austen drama, it's hard not to be pulled in, at least for just a minute, into the nobility of that era and be intrigued by the decorum. However, as a man, I can think of nothing worse than to walk around in a drawing room all day long reciting poetry. I'll admit there is something about the beauty, dignity, and elegance of that era that I really like. But I'm needing something more than poetic drawing room romantic living. There is also the need for an adventure. I would liken today's emerging Christian culture to the Jerry Seinfeld show. It's jovial, it's wear your insides on your sleeve authentic, it's inviting, it's community-driven, it's kind, it's witty, and it's culturally relevant. And it would be a far stretch for anyone to compare our modern Christianity with a Jane Austen movie. There is absolutely no decorum, no dignity, no elegance, and no nobility in it. I often say modern Christianity is sort of your burping, scratching sort of spirituality. It's raw, it's real, and it's purposely not anything like the stuffy church you grew up in. I feel that in the process of trying to escape dry and dusty religion, we've swapped it out for a burping, scratching religion, heavy on the profanity, the beer potlucks, the garage band worship, and the general irreligiosity of the congregants. I think we're missing something important, and it is something that typically gets lumped in with all the other old-fashioned attributes of the church that we are eager to stay far and away from these days. I think we need the dignity, the nobility, the elegance, and the decorum back in the church. We're missing a sense of honor, propriety, and basic human nobility. Don't get me wrong, I'm not looking to go back in time, speaking old King James English, and dress in powdered wigs. That wouldn't solve anything, it would just make us look like idiots. But I do think there is a level of decorum and dignity that we need to get back. Jerry Seinfeld Christianity is very popular these days. It packs churches, it sells books, and it removes that uncomfortable tension between the church and the world. Because even the world can nod in approval and laugh out loud when Christians bring the expectations of the Christ life down to the burper-scratcher level. I believe that true Christianity isn't even remotely similar to the Jerry Seinfeld show. Here's what I believe the Bible spells out as the recipe for the church triumphant. It seems to be part Jane Austen romance drama and part Lord of the Rings epic action adventure. There is a piece of the Christian life which is intimate and real, romantic and relational, but not in the Jerry Seinfeld sense of relational, in the Jane Austen sense. The fact that the God of the universe desires to have an intimate love relationship with us is extraordinary. But we must always remember that he is a king, and that to share in a king's presence demands an attentiveness to dignity, honor, and royal decorum. There's another piece of the Christian life which is grand and epic. It's an adventure, a battle, a conquest. In fact, Lord of the Rings is a bit too small of a concept to fully capture it. And Jerry Seinfeld isn't even in the same stratosphere. Though most of us have never seen it, heard of it, or even thought of it, I say, let's go after that Christianity that is both dignified and daring, romantic and rousing, noble and knightly. The sort that dies martyrs' deaths and turns the world upside down. For Moody Radio, I'm Eric Ludy. Please visit me at ericludy.com.